Tigers have played the fewest games of any team in Major League Baseball, and it's not really that close, thanks in part to some early season rainouts and a few scheduled days off. So today, in an effort to make up some of those games, the Tigers hosted the Indians in a day-night doubleheader. With 11 games in 10 days, Detroit called up Drew Verhagen, team's fourth-round pick in 2012, to make his Major League debut, and he got off to a pretty good start. Struck out 4 in his first 2 innings, didn't allow a run through 4, games scoreless after 4. In the 5th, the Indians finally get to the youngster. Nick Swisher hits one over Austin Jackson's head and center, and that's tough to do. That'll score a run. Indians get on the board. Later in the 5th, Jason Kipnis, a big 2-out RBI hit. Cleveland got 3 in the inning. Verhagen allows 3 runs in 5 innings on the day, and that was plenty for Tribe starter Corey Kluber. He struck out 10 in 8 2/3 innings, including Nick Castellanos 3 times. Kluber allows just 2 runs. Indians take game 1, 6-2, the final. In the nightcap, bottom of the 2nd, Tigers load the bases for Austin Jackson. He'll walk to force in a run. That gave the Tigers an early 1-0 lead. Now, Chris Dickerson for the Indians, he tied it with a solo homer in the 3rd and unties it here in the 6th. Takes a Max Scherzer offering into the seats, made it 2-1 Tribe. Ends the day for Max after 5 2/3. Bottom of the 7th, it's in the hands of the bullpens, and Austin Jackson, loving life back in the leadoff spot, goes to right center field gap for an RBI triple. Eugenio Suarez coming all the way around from first to tie the game at 2. Stayed that way till the top of the 9th. Joe Nathan in to pitch. Bases loaded for Carlos Santana. Just misses a grand slam high off the right center field wall. That'll score all 3 base runners. Last check, Indians lead 5-2 in the bottom of the 9th. The Red Hot Whitecaps looking for their 8th straight win, opening a series tonight with Burlington. Bottom of the 1st, Javier Betancourt drives one down in the left field corner. He would wind up at second, later score on a Ray Frimes single. Top 2nd, Cap starter Austin Kibitz in a bit of trouble. Runners at 2nd and 3rd, but he gets the strikeout to get out of the jam. He struck out 9 in 5 innings of work. Not so lucky in the 3rd. Angel Rosa for Burlington rips a double down the left field line. That'll score a run to tie the game. It was the only run Kibitz gave up tonight. This one, last check, still tied in the 12th inning, 3-all. Not in the highlights because he didn't play tonight for Burlington was Bees outfielder Trevor Gretzky. He's the son of Wayne Gretzky, the NHL's all-time leading scorer. The younger Gretzky is in his 3rd season of professional baseball after being selected out of high school in the 7th round of the 2011 MLB draft by the Chicago Cubs. Trevor was traded this past offseason to the Angels organization, and he says when it came time to choose what sport he was going to play, it really wasn't that difficult of a decision for him.
You know, growing up in LA, you know, there isn't much hockey. You know, the closest arena was about an hour away, so all my buddies were, you know, growing up playing baseball and football, and they kind of just gravitated towards baseball. And once it came to high school, it was just baseball and football. So it's pretty simple, you know. If I grew up in Canada, I'd probably still be playing hockey.
Rory McIlroy has had his shares of great starts during the 2014 golf season. More times than not, great first rounds were followed by poor second rounds. That was not the case at the Open Championship at Royal Liverpool this week. McIlroy shot back-to-back 66s to take a 4-stroke lead into Saturday's 3rd round. The weather not as bad as forecasted. Tiger Woods on the 11th, his 2nd hole of the day, makes the birdie as he did at the 10th, but he would shoot a 1 over par 73. He's +3 for the tournament. So with the conditions good for scoring, Ricky Fowler made a move. Began the day 6 behind McIlroy, but this birdie putt at 12 pulls him even atop the leaderboard with Rory at 12 under. It did rain a little, but the wind wasn't much of a factor, and players were scoring. But McIlroy was even through his first 13. That changes here at 14. What a birdie putt there to get him to 13 under and a 2-shot lead. Then at 16, this is an eagle putt on the par 5, and that got him to 15 under and 6 clear of the field after a bogey at 17. McIlroy in the fairway at the par 5 18th. Second shot, yeah, not too bad. I think he'll take that, set him up for a nice eagle putt to finish the day. Of course, he knocks that in to get to 16 under par for the tournament. Here's a look at the leaderboard. McIlroy and Fowler will play in the final game on Sunday, teeing off at 9:40 a.m. Eastern Time. Dustin Johnson shot 71 Saturday. He'll be paired with Sergio Garcia, also at 9 under par. Tiger's tied for 58th. He'll tee off at 4:45 a.m. Eastern Time, so if you want to see it, better set your DVR. McIlroy, he's got a chance to go wire to wire at the Open Championship.
Obviously, the finish speaks for itself. I was just sort of waiting for those 2 holes. You know, I felt like I was driving the ball well, and if I could drive it on the fairway on 16 and 18, I knew that I would have irons into the greens for my second shots, and you know, to be able to make 2 threes there coming in was was very important and obviously sets me up nicely for tomorrow.
Stage 14 of the Tour de France today, Rafał Majka won the stage, his first win so far. Overall leader Vincenzo Nibali finished second, extending his lead to 4:37 over second place Alejandro Valverde. 8 days remaining till the big finish in Paris next Sunday. And Dave, I'll be up early to watch the British Open. I'm sure you'll be up early to watch the Tour de
Of course,
France.
yeah. I'll be riding my bike along with them, as I always do for every stage. But getting back to baseball for a second, so they have to play a lot of doubleheaders. Does that mean that, just to make up the games that were rained out and otherwise? Is that going to be a trend we see going
Yeah,
forward?
they've got another one or two doubleheaders coming up throughout August and September. Try to make up these games going into tonight. They were 3 less games than any other team in baseball.
Wow, yeah. So that's got to be grueling on these guys when they need days off here late in the season.
And we're going to see this guys coming back and forth from Toledo to try to get everybody through to the end here. And of course, this game did just go final, by the way. Indians win.
Okay, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Jason. You hear them referred to as